nobody quite like you. Got me falling through and through. Straight to the top, I'm tumbling. My roller coaster's rumbling. Can you please explain why I'm acting out my brain? Oh, I've never been like this before. Oh, why did I wait so long to soar? I can't help but always think of you.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As I always start out these videos, please forgive me if you hear my daughter in the background. She makes a ton of noise and she's in the stage where she talks and babbles and just is all over the place. So I have her occupied for now. So I'm gonna try and get through this video without her screaming, basically. As you can tell by the title, I am pregnant, and my due date, if I calculated correctly, would be December 7th. Now I don't know 100% if that's my actual due date because I haven't been to the doctor yet. I go April 25th, or unless I can get in a little bit sooner. So with that said, I've been really good at calculating my periods. I'm good at tracking, you know, ovulation, etc. So we started trying to get pregnant last month, and I got off birth control, and I have a separate video on that which I'll link down below if you want to go check that out. And I got off birth control because we were trying to get pregnant, and I downloaded the Ovia app, and oh my gosh, that thing is amazing, guys. Go check that out if you haven't. It's awesome. And it basically predicts your most fertile days, etc. So on the days it said that we were most fertile, I was most fertile, Josue and I, you know, would do the deed and kept our fingers crossed that it resulted in pregnancy. And in our case it did. When we tried to get pregnant with our daughter, it was the same situation. It didn't take us very long to get pregnant, which is a godsend, because I know so many women out there struggle with trying to get pregnant, and it's hard and it's grueling because you want so bad for there to be a baby in there, and when there's not, you know, you get disappointed. I know this month I honestly didn't think that I was actually pregnant, and I was disappointed because I wanted to be pregnant. I wanted to, you know, have baby number 2 because I want them to be close in age. So for a while there, you know, like that 2-week period where you're waiting from ovulation until the day you get your period, those are hard because the whole time I was like, oh my god, I'm not pregnant, I don't know, oh, I have cramping, maybe, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I took some notes on my phone for things that I wanted to talk about in the 0 to 4 week time frame. I am, as of today, like I said, if I calculated correctly, I'm exactly 4 weeks pregnant. And I didn't use any sort of ovulation testing strips or anything like that to try to get pregnant. I know a lot of people do. I just sort of went based on the app, and I can tell when I'm ovulating, you know, this is going to be a little TMI, but from the type of discharge that you have during those fertile days. So I could tell when exactly I was ovulating, and it was awesome to have the app sort of say, okay, you're going to be ovulating between, you know, this day and this day, and then when you actually see ovulation like in your underwear, you're like, oh wow, it was right. So I just sort of went based off the app. I didn't take any ovulation tests. Since we were trying to get pregnant, I've been taking pregnancy tests for about a week leading up to the day my period was due. And I know a lot of people would say don't do that, you know, because you're going to drive yourself crazy, you know, it's too early to get a pregnancy test, which it totally is. Obviously all those tests were negative, and I literally had a negative pregnancy test like 2 days prior to my period, and then 1 day prior to my period starting I had a positive pregnancy test. So realistically, if I had any advice for you guys, I would suggest waiting to take a pregnancy test until, you know, either the day you miss your period or maybe the day before. I mean, at least in my opinion, that's what happened with me. I drove myself crazy for that week. Kept seeing negatives, and you know, you get sort of discouraged. But I honestly had no inclination that I was even pregnant. I had negative pregnancy tests. I had some cramping. However, I just sort of thought, oh my gosh, you know, this is my period starting. Like, I'm gonna get my period this month. It was so light, and it was like off and on, and it was really nothing to even talk about. I mean, my husband would say that I was moody, but you know, screw what he says. I don't think that I was any different. Or even if I was a little moody, you know, you can normally attribute that to your period starting. And so I didn't have any signs. I wasn't nauseated. I wasn't overly tired. I just didn't have anything like that. And so I really thought we didn't conceive this month, to be honest with you. And when I was pregnant with Emmeline, I was nauseated. You know, I had sore boobs, you know, prior to me taking a test, and this time I don't have any of that. I mean, that's not to say that it won't come later on during the pregnancy, but as of right now, I don't have any of that, you know, which is awesome, because who wants sore boobs and, you know, things like that? Nobody wants that. So, I mean, I'm not complaining, but I really just didn't think that I was pregnant due to the fact that I really had like little to no symptoms. Oh, one other symptom that I did have that I didn't even know was a pregnancy sign until I actually Googled it, which was tingling nipples. I'm sorry if it's TMI, guys, but just telling you like it is. But I had like a tingly sensation in my nipples, which I've never had that before. And keep in mind, I've been pregnant before. And with my daughter, I had like sore boobs. My boobs were sore. My nipples were really sore. I mean, it would hurt so bad. It would hurt to have a bra on, a shirt on, anything. Water in the shower touching my boobs hurt so bad. And this time around, so far at least, I had tingly nipples. And you know, I Googled it the other day, and it's actually one of the first signs of pregnancy, which I had no idea because I had never experienced that before. I just thought it was, you know, nothing, because you really have to be like thinking about it in order to feel it, sort of, if that makes sense. So I didn't really think that that was a pregnancy thing. I thought it was just my body, or, you know, my period coming, whatever. I had no idea that that was an early pregnancy sign. One thing that I've been sort of having within the 0 to 4 week time frame is I've been extremely thirsty. Now, I'm an avid water drinker. I drink at least a gallon of water per day. I've always been like that. I love water. You know, water's so good for you for so many reasons. So I've always been very particular about getting my water in for the day. And lately it's just like I can't get enough water. No matter what I'm doing, I'm still so thirsty, and I wake up in the middle of the night and I like literally chug water. I'm that thirsty. Like, my mouth always feels dry. And again, that's not something I had in my last pregnancy, but this time that's definitely what's going on as of right now. You know, things change all the time, so, but that's one more thing. You know, going to the bathroom every 5 minutes. I mean, I do that anyways. I wouldn't even say that that's sort of pregnancy related, for me at least, because I drink so much water, I'm always in the bathroom. My husband's always made fun of me for that. And at my last job, I was always going to the bathroom, and then it's just like, haha, you know, she's going to the bathroom again. But it's not something I would say, I mean, maybe it's a little bit more increased now that I'm pregnant, but I mean, I pee all the time anyways. That's why I didn't really think about it being an early pregnancy symptom, because I already go to the bathroom so much, you know? So I didn't really think about that. But one thing that I've noticed I'd probably say within the last couple of days, is that I've been breaking out. Now, I've always had acne prone skin, you know, I've always been prone to breakouts, etc. But with my last pregnancy, my skin was a mess. I mean, I had little zits all over my face. I had zits on my back, which I never ever get. And I had back acne, which I've never had in my entire life. until I was pregnant with Emmeline, and that didn't happen till way later in my pregnancy, but the face acne definitely started within the first few months of being pregnant, and I've noticed a few breakouts recently. Nothing terrible, but I've definitely been breaking out more, and I'm, you know, saying that that's a pregnancy symptom because it happened to me in my last pregnancy too. So hopefully I can try to get that under control. I need to Google some stuff on how to, you know, maintain good skin while pregnant. If you guys have any little DIY natural breakout remedies, comment down below because your girl needs it. Let's see, I think I already said this, but my first doctor's appointment is April 25th. That's with my current doctor that I've been seeing since I moved to Jacksonville last June. However, he's not my favorite doctor, you know, nothing against him. It's just, I don't feel really comfortable around him. I feel like I can't really talk to him about things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. When we lived in Texas, I had the best OB ever, and I miss her so much. I wish she could have moved to Florida. But anyways, if you guys follow our vlogs, we're moving to a house we purchased this upcoming week. And once we move, I'm going to find a better doctor closer to our house, because this doctor I'm seeing now is about 30 minutes away from our house that we just bought. And I don't want to drive, you know, 30 minutes to see the doctor when there could potentially be a doctor closer that I actually like better. So if I can find a better doctor, I'm going to schedule an appointment, hopefully for a sooner date, but if not, you know, the end of the month of April. One thing that I've been absolutely craving, like every single night, is Chinese. I want Chinese food so bad, like so bad. Every night my husband gets off work, I'm like, you want to get Chinese? Like, I just want Chinese so bad. I'm like craving like an egg roll or like a spring roll. You know what I mean? Like that kind of food. I want it so bad. It's literally like making my mouth water right now, even just thinking about it. But that's the only really craving I've had. I don't have any aversions as of right now. When I was pregnant with Emmeline, coffee and vegetables were two things I did not even want near me. Like, don't you dare bring a green vegetable in the room. And don't you dare even make coffee in this house because I will vomit. So far so good. I don't feel like that this time around, but it is still early. I'm only 4 weeks. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, baby is the baby is the size of a poppy seed. So he or she is very little at the moment, but they will be very big sometime soon. And I think that's about it. I've taken a total of like 10 pregnancy tests, or possibly more, and they're all positive, and so I know for sure that I am pregnant. And when I called my doctor's office, the lady on the phone said basically, you know, if all of your tests have a positive line, then, you know, you are pregnant. And each day that I keep tasting, I can't even talk. Maybe that's pregnancy brain kicking in. But each day that I take a pregnancy test in the morning, the line is darker and darker every single day, which means there's an increase in HCG hormone in my system. So that's also telltale that I am pregnant. But I'm going to show you guys what my belly looks like. It's obviously not pregnancy yet. It's not the baby that looks this way. It's more so bloating than anything. And I have had a baby previously, so I don't have the most perfect stomach or toned stomach, but that's okay. She was worth it all. So I'm going to show you guys my bump now. Okay, there's the front of my bump. Like I said, it's more bloating than anything. Here's to the side. Don't mind my messy bed in the background, but this is just more so bloating than anything. But that's how I'm looking at the moment. Other side. So there is a baby in there. But anyways, guys, that's the end of my little pregnancy update. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's pregnancy update. Bye.